guys, welcome to a special edition of Cutting Corners Behind the Scenes. Today we're going to talk about our CNC press brake operation. If your parts are cut, oftentimes they need to be bent. And so this is where we go from a 2D piece of metal into a 3D piece of metal.
Yeah,
So,
our brake department is one of our busiest departments here. And those configurations that you guys need when you're bending your parts are going to be put in either using your step file or your DXF. If it's the step file, those configurations are going to come in through SendCutSend
automatically.
right?
Yeah, as soon as you get your instant price with those bends, we already understand the tooling that we're going to use. We know the sequencing. We know everything from that step file.
Yeah. And those DXFs, when you configure it, you're going to see it in that 3D. That 3D is the same exact 3D that our operators are going to be seeing and referencing during the bending process, right? So it's always good.
Yeah.
I always encourage to double check the 3D, make sure that the part looks the way that you want it to look, because that's how they're going to bend it.
Yeah, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
So whatever you guys are seeing on your end when you're configuring is what we're seeing on our end. So from that step, as soon as you upload and say go on the order, it's all programmed. We're ready to rock and roll on the floor. If there is a DFM issue, our support team will reach out and just say, hey, our automated systems didn't catch X. Here's a solution, whatever.
Yeah, we catch a lot of that during the programming process, and that's why there's a little bit of a delay. When you do have your parts get cleared, essentially they're going to come in here, and then the operator is going to pull that job in. The program's going to show up. All they have to do is pick the tooling that matches it. They're told that one, put the tooling in there, and go ahead and bend the parts.
Yep.
So Jim, if you want to go ahead and
I'm a little rusty, but here we go. So the machine that I'm featuring today, this is, we always use Amada equipment and Amada press brakes. This is our EGB 6020, 60-ton machine, and it's one of my favorites. Servo over hydraulic. It's ultra precise. We use this machine to guarantee, our guarantee is plus or minus 1 degree, but really this is a 1/4 degree machine, and actually we've seen it do better often. So it's really cool how it's measuring pressure on either ram in real time, and it's understanding how much pressure it needs to apply for a given material and a given material thickness. So even as our material changes sheet over sheet, maybe the thickness changes by a couple thou, the machine understands that and makes the adjustments. So it makes it really easy on the operator to keep everything perfectly in spec. The other cool thing about this machine is it has 3 back gauge fingers. So this moves in 3 axes so that odd shaped parts fit really well. You just have to align everything with the little gold fingers here. So, which I'm not doing correctly. Hang on, I had it flipped. There we go. So here's my first operation. Crush it, do the bend. One of the questions that people often ask when I'll post little videos, on Instagram or X or something of me running the machine, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that you get your fingers, so close to that machine. What's really cool is the machine has a bunch of awesome safety features. So one of them is this laser fence. And the laser fence is looking across all the tooling, and it's looking for this material thickness. As soon as something comes into contact, such as this, the machine is going to alarm out. So I'll do my operation, but it won't cut it. That made me really nervous, even though it's not mine. Thank you for letting me lend that. So if you slip or whatever, the machine does give you a chance to save your fingers. And then besides safety, it's also really clever with the engineering, how it moves. Let's see, am I correct? Yes. All I have to do is just align my part with the fingers, keep my fingers out of the way, and then perform the operation. And then I'm going to flip it, put it right here. And there's my finished part. So then next, this could go on to PEM hardware,
Yep.
powder coating,
Yep.
anodizing, it's aluminum,
Yep.
whatever, as well as a bunch of different QC steps, and then to your door.
Yeah, really good job showing where not to put your eggplant.
Oh yeah, our rule of thumb, don't put your fingers anywhere you wouldn't put your eggplant.
Yep. One important thing is this tooling, right? So the tooling is matched to the material, and so when you're ordering your parts, make sure you're going to those material guidelines, looking at that material and seeing which die and punch configuration that we're going to be using. It's very important that makes your parts come out correctly.
Yeah, we standardize on our tooling. So we have a specific radius for every thickness of material. Please design around that. If you need a crazy 6-inch radius in here or something, we're not going to be able to do that. The reason being is we try and stock tooling that's going to work on 95% of jobs. If it's an outlier, we may not be a good fit, but we're a damn good fit for a lot.
Yeah, and we're always updating that, right? So the most up-to-date information is going to be on the website. So always just check that out before you order to get the most up-to-date information.
Yeah. So to get a price on your parts, upload your DXF or step file to SendCutSend.com.
Yeah. Or use that Fusion plugin.
Oh yeah, or use the Fusion plugin. We have our new Fusion plugin. It works directly from within Fusion. You can get live pricing right there. You can add it to your cart right from within Fusion. It's super, super cool.
Yeah,
so
it's great.
That's it. All right, love you, bye. You didn't think we were going to end without crushing this, right? Oh, that's just painful.